All right, we're going to go through another Excel spreadsheet tip. And this particular tip is Sparklines. Kind of a thing to add to a spreadsheet. Makes it look somewhat interesting. It also gives you a quick visual look on what's going on. And I'm going to give you an example. We have sales, and we have the North Division, East Division, South, and the West Division. And they have different sales going on for different months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Now, let's say I just wanted to visually see what months were really high as far as their sales went. Now, I could go through it and try to say, okay, which month was really high? Well, that's where Sparklines comes into play, where it'll give you a little visual in this box showing you where your high months are, where your low months are. It'd be something a little extra and nifty to add to a spreadsheet, right? It's almost like a mini little graph. And what you do is you do an insert, and you insert Sparklines. By the way, I got this through a magazine, management accounting magazine that the IMA puts out. And I looked at that and I said, oh, this would be a neat thing. This would be nice to share with my class. Well, we're going to go to Sparklines. Now, I can do it in the line version, the column, or let's say this is a net profit. We could go win-loss, positive, negative. You know, negative showing up red, positive showing up blue. We'll do one to start with just with lines. Now it says, okay, what range do you want to have this little mini graph represent? And we're going to start out with January through December. Okay? And then we hit enter. It says, where do you want to put it? E5 seems like a neat idea. So we'll hit enter. And then right here, we have this spark line where you can tell the middle of the year is where it's getting its highest sales. Beginning of the year is low, end of the year tapers off. It's a neat little thing, right, to put there, just kind of a neat little visual. If you're working for a company and they're doing up sales graph, you could put a little spark line there, and you know they'll say, boy, that's nifty. How did you know how to do that? And you say, because I took accounting spreadsheets at NTC. They showed us how to do Sparklines. Neat little added thing. And this is some of the tips I'm telling you to go out and find some of these things. Now this one is in 2010. I don't believe you can do this one in 2007. It is in 2010. It is again under the insert. So if I want East, insert, Sparklines. Let's say on East I want to do it in column version instead of the line version. I could put it there. Again, Sparklines, what range? January through December. Hit enter. Where do I want to put it? B6. Yeah, that seems like a neat idea. And when I get over here, now I have a bar chart type deal. Okay. I can change it once I'm on here. If I want to change it to lines, I could go lines, have it bar chart. Also, I can put on here, let's say I have lines. I can click high points, automatically put these little squares at the high points. All right, and I can go low points. It puts a little square at the low point. Okay, you see those things? Demonstrating, here's my high points, here's my low points. Now you can do it for the first point. I don't know what kind of value that has in there, or the last point. So it's just kind of a neat little addition to a graph. Once you put this on here, let's say I put one on there and I don't want to go through resetting up every one. I can just copy this down. Again, you guys know how to copy, right? If I get my cursor right here at the right lower point where that box is, I put the cursor there and I just drag down. I automatically did the sparklines for these two rows. Okay, so you can quickly do it. So you have 20 different regions you want to do it in, and you have all your sales there. It'll just take those regions and automatically update them. Let's say you're doing this throughout the year. So July, August, and September, or we're in September now. So September, October, November, December haven't occurred yet. Okay, we clear the content. Your sparklines would still show up only halfway through. And then as your new year goes through, it'll just automatically update it. Don't you think this is a neat little visual? It'd help a graph that you're doing up. You know, this is something where the person you're doing this for, you get to a small company and they haven't seen anything like that, and you say, hey, here's a nice little graph that shows you what's going on with that particular place's sales. And they go, whoa, this person knows what they're doing on spreadsheets, right? And I want to be able to give you some things that will wow people, because that helps you in your career. That will help you be more successful. So here's a nice little wow factor. Okay. You can also get sparklines to go up above too, but you can play with that. It depends on where you define the range to be. You know, sometimes you'll have to, if you want to do it up above or down below, you just have to make the thickness of the line a little deeper. You know, if I made these lines too small, it'd be kind of hard to see this thing. So I want to make the row a little wider so I can see how there is changes going on. You know how to change lines spacing, right? All you got to do is get that cursor right to this line, and I can increase the depth of the row by just clicking and dragging. Decrease the depth of the row by clicking and dragging. Okay. You know, some of these, and I don't know if we've ever gone through this. Let's say I wanted to change 4 rows width of their row. If I click on all 4 rows and highlight them, all 4 rows, and then I get to down below one of them, and I left click on it and drag it, it'll make all 4 of these rows that thick. Okay? Another little tip adding on how to do things in Excel. Okay. Any questions on this? Quick question. These are the types of tips I want you guys to go out there and explore. Find. Bring it to me. And we'll put it out here. If you guys bring it to me, I will announce at the beginning of the tape who gave me the tip. So you will be famous for all future classes. Your claim to fame.